amazing people, and welcome again to Chat Up with Olayemi. And today I'm not alone. I have with me a marriage and relationship expert. And basically today we don't have any topic actually, but we have questions about relationships and dating. So I did this thing on my WhatsApp status. I posted this questionnaire and then I asked people the most troubling relationship question, and a lot of people filled the questionnaire, and we're going to be looking at those questions and reviewing those questions. So like I said earlier, I have with me a relationship and marriage expert in person of Arimo Ulua Toby Ola Lekon. He's a marriage and relationship expert and he's here to answer all of the questions. So feel free to drop your questions even in the comment sections. He will come back again on the show and then we'll discuss about it. Please make welcome with me one and only Arimo Olalekon Oluwa to be.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be here. Thank you so much, Elaine, for having me.
Oh.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so I'm a bit flexible today because it's relationship and dating.
Okay.
And there are a lot of things going on in the world today. And when someone says, "Oh, I'm in a relationship," I don't even know what it means to be in a relationship again, because the things I'm saying these days, they don't look like relationship. True, Abby. Okay, I'm not the only one.
True.
So let's just read through from some of the questions that people. So let's start with questions that people filled in the questionnaire.
Okay.
Are you up for it?
Let's go.
You sure about that?
Let's go.
Okay. So let's move. First question says,
Yeah.
what can I do when my partner body shames me in a relationship?
Okay. Your partner body shames you in your relationship.
Yes.
Say
You're killing share. Why is your stomach big?
Nice.
Why don't you have bomb?
Interesting.
Why is your kinecon? Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm glad you defined body shame.
Okay.
And I'm going to come to that in a moment. But I want to also importantly define the partner. Is it your husband, your wife, or your aka boyfriend, girlfriend?
Okay, so I think this person is talking about a relationship. Body shames me in a relationship.
Okay.
Yes, like
because really, how to solve both might be different.
Okay.
But let's tackle relationship.
All
so
right.
let's assume this is a guy to a girl.
Okay.
So like you said, say maybe you're too big, you don't have bum and things like that. Now, for you to be first is, how did you guys start your relationship? How did you end up with this kind of person that has the guts? No, because it takes a lot of nerve and lack of value for you to body shame someone you claim to love.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing.
No, it's really it's a question that needs to be asked, because if this person is body shaming you, saying maybe your stomach is big, your bum is small, your head is tiny, your eyes, your lips, and this person was not saying these things before you started the relationship, and the person started saying it while you're in the relationship. Now,
okay.
If you have, let's assume the person is just somebody that doesn't know how to talk. Okay, there are people like that, and these days I've learned to, particularly for guys, I've learned to not be too hard. Maybe learn to offer some level of grace, because I've realized that what we call basic knowledge, not everybody has it. Okay. In common language, it's like saying what we call common sense is not exactly common.
Let's
understand. So
formalize it. What we call moral.
Moral is not.
Moral.
Maybe it's not more like moral. It's not like practical, easy, everyday knowledge.
Okay.
One of which is that you don't talk down at people. Now, not everybody understands that. So assuming this guy is like that, he doesn't understand that. And then you tell him that, please, I don't like that you tell me this. And then he does it again.
Okay.
And again.
Okay.
And again.
Okay.
That is your cue to step out of that relationship. Why? When somebody consistently body shames you, it means that they will continually erode your self-esteem, your self-worth, your value for yourself.
True that, yeah.
Okay. And eventually you feel nothing of yourself. Now, eventually what happens is that person realizes, except person is really a narcissist. Nobody wants to stay with somebody that is nothing, actually. Sure. But by the time they've used their word to make you feel like you're nothing, they eventually walk out the door when they see a girl that has something upstairs.
Okay, so this is actually making me remember something. There was a person I was in a relationship with a time in my life.
Okay.
and I think I've said it to you before.
I like series, but say it again.
Okay, so all right, so then he said, why is Bomb Bomb so flat?
Mm.
And I'm like, "Ah, I'm not getting that's how it is in our family. He said, no. I want the kind of physique. Let me say it the way the person said it.
Yeah.
I want the kind of physique that when I see you, I start to speak in tongues. And I'm like, wow. I know this person literally body shamed me all through in the relationship, and that really dealt with my esteem, dealt with my self-esteem as in really bad. I saw nothing good in myself. Anytime I'm wearing something, especially if it's something that this guy has condemned before and said that I know, so don't you know that you're supposed to be wearing something tight? I won't want to wear those things again.
Yeah.
And it was really bad.
I
And at the end of the day, I still had coconut head. I was still in the relationship.
Of course.
So I still had coconut head. I was in the relationship till the person had decided to break up with me, and then my heart was totally shattered.
As expected.
Ah.
Okay, so I'm glad that you even shared that, because also I think one that's why I wanted to define body shaming. Sometimes some people mistake correction or feedback as body shaming. Do you get? But we've defined body shaming as when somebody speaks down at you. For example, if somebody tells you that maybe health-wise that you need to lose weight, for example, as per because of your health.
Okay.
That is not exactly body
shaming.
Okay, depending on who is coming from anyway.
Okay.
But if somebody tells you that they can only accept you when you lose weight, then that's a problem. Okay, because now they are saying that except you are like this, you cannot receive my love. That is body shaming. So when they make you feel less of yourself, that you are not enough in yourself, that's body shaming. And it's important that as human beings, we do not body shame ourselves. And I think sometimes even these things happen, maybe it's not very common, but even happen with guys. Okay, there are girls that body shame guys, particularly guys that are not very tall, aka short guys. Okay, girls will say, Mr. Shortman,
Mr. Bully.
those things. Also, they are body shaming for men as well, though we don't talk about them enough. So it's important that whether you're male or female, be careful how you speak about what you might perceive as imperfection in that person, because really, is it really imperfection? Who defined how a person should look?
All right. Thank you so much. Okay. You're doing well. All right. So move on to the next question. It says, I I attend a youth church.
Okay.
I'm an effective worker.
Effective worker.
My pastor is single.
Okay.
And on fire for the Lord. He cares for all the sisters and uses words like dear, sweetheart, darling, etc. Whenever he talks to us, like he says that. Like, so I think this person has noticed it that, oh, he says it to this, says it to me. So it's like a general term.
Yeah.
I think I have a crush on him already. Should I speak to him about it, or should I just maintain silence?
Okay, so first question I want to ask is, you want to speak to him about it so that what will happen?
Maybe pastor, the way you are calling me all these names is making me have another idea.
Then
what plans do you have for me? Am I together with the other sisters? Or
but she already said that us. So not the person is uniform.
For her to have said, should she go and meet?
Okay, so see, I always say that it's a dangerous thing for a lady when you particularly when you know that this is how the person speaks to everybody, and you are the person catching feelings. Okay, so if it's different if it feels exclusive, like it's just you is talking to about that. But if you use the same term for others as well, and you know it, and you are the one now catching feelings, what is best to do is you don't go and talk to him. Okay, what if he takes advantage of that? What if he says, Sister Bolade, I'm sincerely sorry that I did that, but I do not have any feeling for you. Then you go and hug your pillow and cry.
And start crying.
Okay. So in that situation, what you can do is you have a friend maybe in church and say, babe, help my life. This is the way, or you can even talk to maybe an elder in church.
Okay.
Somebody you know that can also relate to him.
Okay.
Because you just might not be the only person feeling like that.
That way,
okay?
Yes.
So if you go to somebody that is an elder and say, please, uncle pastors talking like this is getting at me. Help me deal with it. You're not reporting pastor. You're talking about yourself. That person will get the cue. Okay. The person will now go and say, Pastor, sir, the way you speak to our girls, darling, my dear,
Sweetheart,
oh, we have like 5 sisters that begin to receive dreams of you being their
about you.
husband. So, sir, can we go back to calling sister, or calling them by just their name and
Exactly.
releasing the endearing words?
Exactly.
Okay, so, but it's not exactly your place. Why? There are many ways that it might come back to
To
you
you.
bad.
True.
You get, so it's best to
True.
first deal with yourself. Look for a way you can deal with those feelings and let it go.
And let it go. All
And
right.
if you don't like it, next time it's by a child, pastor calls you, they say, Pastor, my name is Toby.
My name is Toby.
My
Not
name is
Jay.
Toby. Do you understand things like that?
Okay.
You say, you have to say it nicely because it's pastor.
So this one says, we have been asked not to marry somebody who is not a Christian.
Okay.
Since I'm a Christian.
Okay.
But he is not as spiritual as I am. I love him so much. Still, he listens to everything I say, even if it includes going for prayer meetings in church. Can I still continue?
Now, I don't know the dynamics of your relationship.
Okay.
But I'm going to answer just generally.
All right, just...
Okay. Yeah. So generally, usually, I understand our concern, and our concern is valid. Now, many times, when ladies ask this question, some people make them feel bad because they say that, how do you measure that you are more spiritual than this person? Okay. That you are being proud. That's why you think that you're more spiritual than this person. But I think it's just being unrealistic. Okay. There are ways you can know that a person is more fervent than you. There are people you see in your life and like, man, this person is fervent. I need like the ginger. The Bible talks about how we provoke one another to good works. So when you know someone that is fervent than you know it.
Yes,
it's not. So I think that's why I need to first affirm that question is an appropriate question to ask, particularly also because scripture talks about how the man you should marry should be your leader. Okay. So if he cannot lead you spiritually in the sense of how you want him to lead you, then that's the question to ask. Okay. So now, he's not as spiritual as you. I'm assuming that means that maybe he's not as spiritual as you, like she said. So maybe you're the one that initiates things. Sometimes is that he's not. He doesn't initiate. He does. It's until you say let's pray before he prays. It's until you say let's fast this week before he does. It's not the one that starts things off. What you need to watch out for is, does he have an active walk with God? Because there are many things that can cause that. Maybe you, when you were from secondary school days, you've been chapel prefect. You got into the university from year one. You are Bible study secretary. You became prayer secretary. And you were doing campus fellowship. You were running conferences, Bible study, and stuff in school. Maybe you did not give his life to Christ until after he left the university. So, but what you need to check is, does he have a fervency for God? Like, is he active in service, in serving God? Does it basic things like, is he actively going to church? Does he listen to his pastors? Does he seek to read his Bible? Does he seek to pray? Now,
is he even willing to grow?
Is he willing to grow? So when you check those things, willingness, if he's there, it's a good. You can still work with him. What happens is that eventually he might catch up in the sense that he will find his own place in God. And you guys will be able to enrich each other as you go on. But spiritual leadership doesn't necessarily mean that he has to be the one that initiates some things. So if you are the one that initiates those things now and is willingly allowing you, lead it, please go ahead and have a beautiful relationship.
All right. Thank you so very much. That's a lot of clarity. Okay, now this one says, we went out on a date. From there, we went to his apartment. And we got there. I needed to help him with some things. I don't know what things that is.
Okay.
And after doing that, we saw a movie and we started kissing before I left.
Yeah.
And after I left his house, the next day, he texted that I should be careful or else I'm being sent to destroy spiritual life.
Interesting. So he blames you for it.
Yeah, that's
pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much.
He blames you for it. Well, what will I tell you as the lady in question here? You can't blame him for blaming you. Okay, so you can't so much as dictate how he responds to it, but you can dictate how you deal
You
with it.
respond. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So if he has done that, there's no even need having a back and forth conversation with him. Sincerely, that after that message drops into your phone, that should be the end of the conversation you have with him, because like he didn't say that they were in a relationship.
No. They're both in a relationship.
Now, if
So
they're
they
in
went on a date.
a, okay, so if you're
I
in an active
I want to
relationship,
believe they're in a relationship.
because a date does not necessarily mean
Okay, so
a
can we
relationship
answer for
if they were in a
one? Yeah,
relationship.
if they're in a relationship and if they were in a
Yeah. So
relationship.
if they were in a relationship, you need to have the conversation with him. So why is his conclusion not that we have sinned, let's go to God and repent? Why is his conclusion that I was sent to destroy him? Guy, you kissed me too. Maybe you were the one that was sent to destroy me too. You know, it's that thing we do where we've seen each other for a long time. Then the first person to say, it's been a long time. Why didn't you call me? That's the person that looks like the right person. That's what just happened. So really, what if he's the one that was sent to destroy you, but now he first attacked you? Do you get? So that itself shows that that guy might be a manipulative person, a person that
Yeah.
passes blame
True.
onto others. A guy like that should call you and say, babe, I think we've messed up. We need to pray and ask God for forgiveness. It's a shared responsibility. It's a shared responsibility. So that is putting the responsibility just on you. For me, it's problematic, and that's a red flag you need to watch.
Okay, thank you so much for that. Man, my friend is so sound and intelligent. Okay, now, so this one says, when you show love to someone and she's not responding, what do you do as a guy who is Baba, let me finish. What do you do as a guy who is so much interested in the relationship?
Baba,
Sorry, I'm coughing.
Move on, Baba. See, now I'll explain why. I've realized that when a girl likes a guy, you don't have to do too much.
Okay.
Sincerely. Now, I don't mean you don't have to take action. You will still take action, but you don't have to beg her for years.
My husband begged me for years.
Now you did do shakara.
I did shakara. I mean, I did shakara for more than 5 years.
They now realize that before, now
so
during
the
that 5
day
years,
that he was now coming to say, in fact, this is the last day. If I ask her today, I should just say yes. That's the end. That's now the day.
Now you realize that.
I know.
But between that 5 years, your own likeness was still loading.
Hey, my likeness was loading, and then I was saying I wanted somebody else. I was in coconut that person. Of course. That show me Pepe. And I came back.
Now the thing is, so there are peculiar situations, but what is this? If you're asking a girl out, expected girls will do shakara, aka now I don't know why that is even a thing, but that's not been a conversation. Let's not even go there. Okay, but you're asking a girl out, she might act uninterested first because she wants to confirm her feelings for you. She wants to be sure of her feelings for you first. Okay. But it's different when she doesn't pick your calls.
Okay.
She never replies your texts. She like everything you do is never good enough. Baba, rest. Sincerely.
Move on.
Move. Okay. Except you now see that if she show a girl that likes you but wants you to just aka chase her a little more, will there always be the hint of I like you?
Okay, she'll be giving you this.
There'll be that hint. Once in a while, she allows the conversation, you laugh, you talk. After, do you get? There's that, it's like crumbs. Just sustain that. I like having a conversation with you. She might not answer, let's get a relationship conversation. But every other thing, you guys are having a conversation, there's some, that she enjoys being with you. But if she doesn't enjoy being with you at all, and after a while, you just be a nuisance. I remember there was one girl like that I knew. Baba was calling her 25 missed calls, 30 missed calls, 50 missed calls. She didn't send him, and it was stressing.
25 missed calls?
Yes, I'm real life.
Wow.
She will show me the call like this.
I didn't get that though. Maybe I should review.
So, what I beg you, is your dictatorship punishment.
All right, so the next question, we just have one more after this.
All right.
It says, it says, why is divorce rampant in most marriages? The person said most new marriages. Why wasn't it rampant in the days of our parents and grandparents?
Yeah.
What are we not doing right?
Okay, now, I like this conversation particularly. Why? Because but I don't exactly appreciate generalizations like this.
Okay.
Okay, because sincerely, it's not true.
Okay.
Okay, by statistics, it's not true that most new marriages are actually ending in divorce.
Okay.
What we are just seeing is that we are seeing many loud celebrity marriages end, and then we use it to conclude that most new marriages are ending. For example, around me, maybe between last year and this year, there have been over 12 marriages that are still working.
They're still working.
And
Okay.
then online, there's like 5 celebrity marriages that scatter. And then I say that new marriages are ending. So it's not